coach, Gary Williams.
Tonight on Sports Talk, Gary Williams makes an emotional return to the Comcast Center floor.
So I thought I'd go out with you guys. Pete Duke.
He's a former Redskin who wants to help you make money, and he'll join us live. Now how's that for a tease? And you won't find this outfit at your local pro shop. Why one PGA pro put on purple and horns to boot. Sports Talk with Alex Parker starts now.
We all have some talent, and we have to put it to use. So I was fortunate to be able to do it here, and Coalfield House.
That's Gary Williams earlier today at Comcast Center. It's been a heck of a couple weeks. 2 weeks ago today, Gary Williams announced his retirement, shocking, I think, everybody. And today, 2 weeks later, he was out on the floor at Comcast Center one more time, saying sort of a de facto farewell part 2. And I wasn't physically there, but I watched the tape, and you could sort of, the emotion out of Gary, it oozes out of him these days. Hey, everybody, I'm Alex Parker of Parker & Parker. Julie Parker, not here tonight. I'm going solo. I don't have the Eric Carmen all by myself music ready, but that's kind of what this is. I have a special guest tonight, a former Redskin who says he can make all of us, me, you, all of us, money. Not bad, money. He'll be with us next block. The big story, though, today, College Park, Maryland. We have the video. Gary Williams. I mean, who knew? Some smart kids, as soon as, this is how smart they are out of Maryland. As soon as Gary retires, they get a Facebook thing going, and they say, hey, we want Gary to come talk at our graduation. Gary says, fine. So he shows up today. Here's the smartest people at Maryland. DeMaurice Smith, the NFLPA head, was the keynote speaker. He was the big speaker. Then Gary said he would speak. I'm thinking, this could not be good for DeMaurice Smith. If I'm DeMaurice, I do not want to follow Gary Williams. That would be like they say in showbiz when you follow like an animal on stage or like a kid. Don't do it. DeMaurice went first. Gary went last. I'm sure the kids absolutely loved Gary. Do we have Cliff Tucker? One guy that was there today knows Gary really, really well. Cliff Tucker. Congratulations, Cliff Tucker, who graduated today. Thanks for calling in, Cliff. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Listen, any graduation's huge and profound. When you add Gary Williams to it, what he means to that school and vice versa, what did he mean to you today?
He's just like a father figure. I mean, he's taught me a lot of things, you know, on and off the court. You know, I appreciate everything that he's done to me, you know, with basketball-wise, you know, as far as allowing me to come to Maryland, you know, my dream school. He's taught me everything. He's definitely been the best coach I've ever had. And he's taught me, most important thing is I thought he's taught me a lot of life lessons that I could use off the court as well as on the court.
What's it like? You were there. I spoke with you 2 weeks ago when he retired, and he was choked up. And then today he's choked up again, and who can blame him? When you see your coach with all that emotion, what's that feel like for you?
To me, that's normal to me. I mean, I've been with him for 4 years, so, I mean, it's not like I haven't been around all that. I know how much love he has, how much passion he has for the game of basketball and also for the school of Maryland. I mean, he's always talked about the pride of Maryland, wearing that Maryland on your jersey. He just has a lot of love for the school and the program, so I know how much it means to him. You know, I know that it's hard for him to say goodbye, so I know that's why he's, you know, choked up about it, you know, when he retires and then again today at graduation.
I don't know who picked the gown color, but Gary Williams is wearing Duke blue. I never thought I'd see the day. What'd you make of his last comment, which is beat Duke?
Beat Duke. I love it, man. You know, that's our rival. You know, we don't really like Duke too much. You know, I think he's had, you know, a pretty good time, you know, playing against Duke. So I love the comment. So hopefully, you know, Maryland can continue on with the tradition that, you know, he left.
Cliff, you graduated today. What's your degree in?
My degree is in family science.
Good for you. Now, you're a unique situation. You've graduated, but you're trying to make the football team. Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. I mean, I played, not a lot of people know, only a little bit of people know, but I played football all my life until I got to Maryland. You know, I actually was a pretty good football player being out of Texas. You know, Texas, football is the main sport down there, you know, so I grew up, you know, in the football area. And like I said, you know, I took 4 years off by not playing basketball for 4 years. But then, you know, after I graduated, you know, I realized, you know, NBA, you know, it's probably going to be a real hard for me to get into the NBA. You know, I wasn't sure about really going overseas. You know, I thought about just maybe getting a chance to play football again. And Maryland coach Edsel, gave me a phone call and said that I got a chance I can go out there with the team, and play and see how I like it, and I might be able to join the football team. So that's what I did. So I went out there. I enjoyed it, and now I'm just waiting on a scholarship and see if I get a scholarship, and hopefully I'll be able to play at Maryland next year for 1 year.
Now, how does that work? You've already graduated, but you can still play, and why would the scholarship matter? How does all that work?
You get basically 5 years of you get 5 years to play for, so you can play 4 years in one sport, and you actually have a year left to play in another sport. So I think the most recent guy to do it was Greg Paulus from Duke. He played 4 years at Duke, then he went to Syracuse and played 1 year there. I also had a guy at Maryland, a lacrosse player. He played 4 years lacrosse last year, and he was on the football team last year and did it. So it's a couple of people that did it, around the country. Hopefully I'll just be another guy to do it. But hopefully I'll be coming back. I'm not going to be in graduate school. Hopefully I'll be getting a double major in something, and then I'll also be able to continue and play football for 1 more year and see how far that takes.
Cliff Tucker, thanks so much for calling. Congratulations on your degree. Athletics is awesome. They can never take that degree from you. Best of luck with football. We'll see you at training camp this summer, I hope.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Take care, my man.
Thank you.
Hey, when we come back, the special guest I keep teasing, former Redskin, and is going to show all of us how we can make a lot of money. There's the big man right there. You know your Redskins from the mid-'90s if you know who that guy is. Big old number 67 is not quite that big anymore. We'll talk to him next. Somehow the old NFL footage doesn't quite feel the same when it's my girl, Taylor Swift, underneath. I don't know, Shar Pourdanesh, that you ever thought your wonderful NFL Films footage would be married to Taylor Swift. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alex Parker. This guy right here, Shar Pourdanesh, former Washington Redskin, played back in the day in the mid-'90s.
How are you, good friend?
And he's going to tell us all how to make money. Do you like Taylor Swift?
I think she's wonderful.
What everybody at home missed during the break is my daughter just called to tell me that Haley, we can all rest assured, Haley now has been voted off of American Idol. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Talk with Alex Parker Knight and Shar Pourdanesh. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me.
I'm digging through the footage today of you as a Redskin.
Yeah.
Okay, and I come across you in a fight in training camp in 1997.
Which one? There were so many of them.
The fight
Which
video?
one?
And I'm like, I just booked this guy as a guest, and this guy is this tough. Look at you. Do you remember this?
I remember that, and he was stupid enough to take a swing at me with his helmet off. And
look at Russ Grimm trying to break this thing up. You don't know what sort of video we have in the vault here at ABC7 News Channel 8. Those were the days. I don't know whether that's Redskins Parker and Carlisle.
That was in Frostburg.
At Frostburg, there you go.
Yeah.
At any rate, Shar Pourdanesh is in town for a very important reason. You're going to tell a lot of people, former Redskin, former football player on various teams in various leagues. But now, after football, you've made a business man out of yourself.
Absolutely.
Can I take a gander that you've now made more money outside of football than playing it?
Easily. Easily.
I'm going to bet that is incredibly rare, that we can count on one hand. Nothing against pro athletes.
Right. That
can make more afterwards. How'd you do it?
It was just building a foundation. While playing with the Redskins, I knew that, the old adage of NFL, not for long, it doesn't last for long. And being somebody that came from not being a high draft choice, not being paid the big money, being an undrafted free agent that came from nowhere, I knew that it wasn't going to last forever, that I need to do something. And, it was during a time that I saw a great opportunity in real estate, and I was in the Washington, D.C. area. This was in the late 90s. And I just started buying up properties, one after another.
So now, tomorrow, you have an event tomorrow where you're going to help folks that can come to this sort of event. You're going to tell people, regular people like me and anybody else, how to do this, even in this economy.
It's not a matter of how to make money. It's a matter that you can make money, that there is opportunities out there. The thing that bothers me the most is I hear people saying, God, the economy is terrible. I don't know what to do. The hopelessness that I hear. And I've been on the circuit, the seminar circuit, and I've been doing a lot of public speaking, and that's the biggest thing that I hear constantly. What do I do? The hopelessness. It's crazy. What do you think when somebody tells you about the Great Depression? You just think about poverty. What do you think when you hear that?
Black and white film and people standing in soup lines around the corner.
Right, poverty, right? There was more millionaires made during the Great Depression than any time before then.
Really?
Absolutely. There was more wealth created during that time than any other time in history. And my point is that there's going to be more millionaires made in this time than ever before. There's great opportunity. Warren Buffett says, be afraid when others are courageous, be courageous when others are afraid. Go against the grain. And that's what I've been doing. You know what? We have a very unique situation here right now. We have a situation that, yes, there is a recession, but properties are dirt cheap, and so is money. You've never had a situation where you've had both of those. You've either had high property values, cheap money, meaning low financing dollars, or vice versa. You've had cheap properties and you've had high interest rates. You have both. There is no reason why anybody out there with just a little bit of backing couldn't go out there and create wealth right now.
Tell us about, I know we have a graphic prepared. Tell us about what tomorrow is, where it is, when it is.
Well, it's tomorrow. We're having a cocktail party. We're going to have a party. It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency in Crystal City at 7 p.m. Come on down there. I have my old teammates, Ed Simmons, Ken Harvey, Rollo McKenzie, Corey Raymer said he would show up, just kind of rubbing elbows with some millionaires, billionaires. We're just going to have a nice party tomorrow at 7 to 9, 10. We're just going to sit there and just kind of shoot the breeze. On Saturday, it's going to be working from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We're just going to sit there and we're going to show different income streams, different ways of making money, different ways of marketing yourself, your brand, your business, whatever it is you're doing, and different avenues for creating wealth.
I told my mom earlier today, yeah, I'm doing this show tonight. I'm going to have this Shar Pourdanesh will be on, former Redskin. He's doing this thing about telling people how they can make money. She says, only as a mother could. Make sure you listen. Make sure you listen to him.
Well,
so tomorrow will be a blast. I don't know that I have the stomach for what you just said, which is go crazy when other people or whatever. Those folks out there like myself that just couldn't do that. What do you tell them?
You know, just have faith. Everything is cyclical. Economy is cyclical. It goes in 7-year cycles. You know, real estate values go up, real estate values come down. You know, economy goes up, economy comes down. It's not. This is temporary, folks. It's not going to stay like this. Good times are ahead. Prepare yourself right now for the boom, and you're going to be in a hell of a lot better place.
You mentioned that you were not a high draft pick. You were quite a story. Forget coming into the National Football League. You were the first Iranian-born player, and you still are, correct, to have ever played in the NFL.
Absolutely, yes. Your
family fled Iran in 1970?
79, the revolution.
During the revolution?
Yes.
And lived somewhere in Europe?
In Europe for 3 years. Switzerland, Germany, France. We were in exile in a whole bunch of different places.
Did you have any inkling then, in sort of the worst of times and desperate times with you and your folks, that you'd be sitting somewhere today, A, not just a former pro football player, but be a very wealthy, successful person? That is a heck of a road to hoe.
Honestly, in 1979, I was concerned about staying alive. I remember people being shot. I remember going to school one day and seeing roses where kids used to sit. I remember explosions. I remember Civil War. So my biggest concern in 1979 was survival. So,
wow.
You know, priorities.
We're glad you're here.
Yes.
Listen, when we come back more with Shar Pourdanesh, we might, I don't want to overdo this, have a surprise for this man. We'll be right back. It's a biggie.
Oh, boy.
Surprise.
Okay.
Welcome back to Sports Talk with Alex Parker and Shar Pourdanesh. He's the bigger guy. When I first saw you, and I covered you 12 years ago, you've lost some of that. How'd you stay so fit and trim?
I guess, you know what, thankfully I was never one to use substances to get big. I was always naturally big. So, you know, I played at about 325, 330. I'm about 305 now. So.
A little birdie from your high school told me today that you were a heck of an athlete. Did you wrestle?
I was a wrestler, yeah.
And you spoke 5 languages in high school. But he said he's never had to yell at a player more. Your high school coach, Mark Cunningham.
Oh, my God.
Mark Cunningham joins us live on the Parker and Parker hotline. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good. Is this really the first Persian in the NFL?
Oh, my goodness. Coach Cunningham, how are you?
Good. How are you, Shar?
I'm doing great, thanks. Great hearing from you.
I talked to Coach today, and I said, now, did you coach Shar? He went, yeah. I said, you don't sound old enough to have coached Shar. He says he did. What do you think of this guy? Not only did he make it to the NFL, Coach Cunningham, now he's like a big-time wealthy businessman. He's got cufflinks on, the bling-bling. Whatever you picture, that's what he's got.
Oh, boy.
You know what? He's always been pretty smart. He's had a great personality, sometimes too much of a personality. but he's a great young man, and I'm very proud of all of his accomplishments.
Mark, you were out there in California. When did you know that this guy could play in the NFL?
I went up and visited him when he was at Reno, and the thing that was amazing to me was the maturity level that he had accomplished, because I remember him telling me, these guys don't know what hard work is. They don't know what dedication is. I got to get these younger players in shape. And coming from him, from the way he was in high school to where he was at that point in time, it was going into his senior year. And as an offensive tackle, he was chosen as a captain, which is pretty surprising. And there was a lot of respect for him. And I knew he was going to be successful, and he'd gotten a lot bigger. And he always had an ornery attitude, so he was right.
What would you say to your coach? You probably can close your eyes and picture him yelling at you, whatever that would have been 15, 20 years ago. What would you say to him now?
Thank you. Thank you. I owe a lot to him. The foundations, in my seminars and the classes that I teach, I talk about building foundations in anything that you do, in life, in business, in anything that you do, you need a solid foundation. And any success that I have, that I achieved on the athletic field and in life general, it's thanks to him and the other coaches at my high school, the wonderful teachers that I had. They built a wonderful, solid foundation for me. They put me through certain things that made everything else seem easy. When I left high school and I went to practices at Nevada, they seemed easy. I'm like, wow, I escaped, and then so on and so forth. And when I left Nevada and went to the pros, and it became easy. So the foundations that Coach Cunningham helped build for me, I will always be grateful, Coach. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Shar, and good luck in your new adventure.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking the time to call in.
No problem.
He's going to make all of us rich.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, let's hope so. Hey, we're getting a stadium, Shar, so you can donate some money for it.
There you go.
All right, take care.
Take care, Coach.
Okay,
you follow your old team, the Redskins. Have you heard about this mess out there?
I have. I love the Redskins. Redskins will always have a special place in my heart. Redskins were the team that gave me the opportunity. Undrafted free agent, I came in. There was a first-round draft choice ahead of me. There was a starter ahead of me, and the Redskins gave me an opportunity. They gave me a true, honest opportunity to play in the NFL, and I owe a great deal to this community. I owe a great deal to this team, and there's always have a special place in my heart.
What do you make of this? You followed this Donovan McNabb saga. And there's going to be, at some point after Guiding Light, there's going to be the Donovan McNabb saga before General Hospital. What do you make of this thing?
I just like to say I'm a big-time admirer of Donovan McNabb. I wish I would have been able to conduct myself half as well as he does. So my hat's off to you, sir. He's a classy person. He's a franchise quarterback. He's going to be playing in the NFL for a lot more years, and he's going to be very relevant. And I hope, as a Redskins fan, I hope it's going to be in this organization. You
say that as though you think, and I think a lot of people think, that he's been mistreated here.
For me to say he's been mistreated or not, it's not for me to say. I've just always been a fan. I have always been a Donovan McNabb fan. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's great.
Cool. We're not going to let you leave. You don't know it now. You're my new co-host on Thursday nights.
Fantastic.
What are you doing next Thursday?
I'll be here.
Hey, when we come back, if you have ever lost a bet, and had to pay up like some embarrassing deal, take a look at this dude. That only happens when you lose a bet, okay?
Right.
We'll talk about this after the break. Our final moments with Shar Pourdanesh when Sports Talk rolls on. Happy birthday to Pete Townshend of The Who. Pete Townshend is 66 today. This is a Pete Townshend solo tune, Let My Love Open the Door. Speaking of things that have nothing to do with sports, Parker and Parker, we're on Sundays 10 to 1 on 106.7 The Fan, and Tuesdays at 9 o'clock right here on News Channel 8. My better half, on-air better half, Julie Parker. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm Alex Parker. Shar Pourdanesh is here. We got a couple fun things before we let you go.
Okay.
Because you have to go make money for people and stuff like that.
Oh boy, you're gonna get me in trouble, aren't you?
Okay. Have you ever lost a bet and had to pay up?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, here we go. Fort Worth, Texas. Jerry Kelly, PGA golfer. He's from Wisconsin. Didn't go to Wisconsin. Rose Bowl. TCU beats Wisconsin. He bets J.J. Henry that whoever wins, the other one has to wear the outfit. This is at the Pro-Am yesterday. You ever see somebody hit a golf ball wearing this?
No, I haven't. I mean, it's very funny. I just want to know how he hit it and where it went.
And it probably went straight down the middle. That's how good these guys are. Okay, we are now wiping to, speaking of Wisconsin, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Have you heard about the man who has now eaten 25,000 Big Macs? This guy.
Wow.
He's 57 years old. His name is Don Gorski, and yesterday he ate his 25,000, whatever thousand Big Mac.
He's the Joe Namath of Big Mac eating. Look at it.
He does appear to be Joe Namath.
I mean, doesn't he look like Joe Namath?
How many have you eaten in your career?
Big Macs?
Yeah.
100? A lot. And you know what's funny? Fondue, like we have our boy Corey Raymer from Fondue. Like I wonder how many he's eaten.
Oh, there you go. He does look like
Joe Namath right there, all the way.
Hey man, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Tomorrow, folks can come out. If you're a small business looking for some capital, some help, this big guy right here is for you.
Listen, come on out there. We fund small companies. If you need help, if you need just a little bit of boost, we're there for you. So come on down there, talk to me. We'll set you straight.
Shar, thanks so much for being here. Thank you to Cliff Tucker. Thanks to Winston Hilton, Dante, our director, the whole crew here. I'm Alex Parker. See you Tuesday with Parker & Parker. Take care.